Hey guys, how's it going? It's June 11th, 2022. So, I don't have the chat open, by the way, because I don't plan on starting that all up, and I'll take a look at the chat in a few minutes. But well, this is Waycross, and I'm about to wipe it out. So, all the work you guys have been doing, I'm gonna keep the trims and the hump power and some of the other power, but I appreciate all the work you've been doing on this. But I'm looking at a system now that is going to better handle it. I may. I might leave that alone for the next supply train. I know there's a train to be running and all this other stuff, but I'll leave A768 and I'll just annul it. So, switcher power is fine. Maybe as a test, I will leave A768 and see how that goes. Okay, so let's get rid of all this power. Oops, I gotta relinquish. There we go. So yeah, it sucks that a lot of people have been working on it. Oh, I don't want to get rid of those. We'll just pretend is going, and everything else in the system's running. Like we have trains running and all that. But the reason why we want to do this is the system in which we call AEI. I forget what it stands for. Automatic. Something like that. It's basically, yeah, let's get rid of these stupid tank cars in here. It's sitting forever. I mean, I probably could have humped them, but okay. Okay, so we're getting rid of the receiving track. Oh Jesus, I gotta be careful here because I think I'm attached to one of them. I don't want to lose all my power again. Let's see where that is. I've already got rid of it by accident. It's possible. Oh, no, maybe it's over here. Yeah, I don't know where the hump power went to. Maybe I did delete it by accident. Looks like I might have. Might have did that the other day too, which, shit happens, so. Okay. Well, we'll get it back. Yeah. I don't know why it relinquishes. Hello? No, delete. So yeah, I'm in the middle of a cable change, and that's going to probably just be me for a tiny bit until we can get this fixed, unfortunately. Oh, that looks a lot more bare. This will only take a few more minutes, and then I'll check the chat, and we'll go from there. That trim power is fine. Where's all the switchers? Oh, we're stuck in the middle. Okay. They stuck with big units. Yeah, they are, aren't they? That's okay. Let's see, we got 1, 2, perfect, actually. Those are the 4 units I want. And then I'll stick with having... Oh, I got 5 units up. That's interesting. I'll eventually separate them and delete them. Not right now. I think everything in here should be big units. If not, we can always spawn some more. That's cool. Another set of power there, so that's good. All right. So this should make way for a much more automated system. May not happen right away, that's the only danger in this, but I'm going to try the next few mornings to see if I can get that going. And I was talking about actually stopping Waycross for a while because we didn't have the manpower anyways, and you know, I was just deleting trains because it was just too much. That's a shame because this is why I'm doing this. I want to be able to use this yard or easily have a system that helps people use that yard. But now it's still going to use the sheets, but I'm going to be using a software that's going to populate them. And the first phase of it is just to get the data in. Once I have the data in, then it's simply a matter of time after that. And we're almost done here. Okay. So anyways, the only things we have left in here are the trim power and a little bit of extra, like 2 units, which might be enough to make 1 train. I will manually enter those. Either have it so that I manually enter them as part of the location. So here's how it works. Or here's how basically these work. When a train comes in, and I forget where this is, I think it's over here. Oops, what do I got there? Oh, okay, that's trim power. That's okay. Where is it? There they are. Okay, So this is the AEI detector right here. These guys right here. What they do, for you guys that don't know about it, is they scan these little identifiers on all engines in cars. So when it goes through here, it's actually picking up the engine and car numbers. It also picks up a little bit more information, in theory, from the mainframe that will tell it, you know, where it belongs to and all that other stuff. Where it's going, like tag-wise, I think. Yeah, it does tags, and it definitely does tags, and it does the weight status. So if it's load, empty, how many tons that is, which is important for calculating tonnage. So if you have a train coming from Bullen siding, so what happens is on this one, they enter as zones. So this area might be called Jessup. I don't know if there's one coming out of the Fitzgerald or not. I don't see one. But it will detect it both ways. So you can have it monitor. Oops, where did I go? Somewhere around here. What's this way? So a train comes from Bullen, and even if it continues along here, it enters. It's just like blocks. It's like manual blocks or whatever. It enters Waycross. So the mainframe systems identify those cars as now at Waycross as soon as it crosses here in this direction. So now they're in Waycross. That adds it to basically the database of all the cars that is used by the it's used by many things. It's used by traffic planners, logistics, online reporting for customers. They all get that information. So if they want to know where their loads are, this is how it's done. It crosses the AEI, it goes into the system. Well, in a similar fashion, we can use that information as well. So like I said, we just deleted everything. The only thing we have is a few engines. Those I can manually enter. And I do enter, I do, pardon me, I do enter engines as well. And that's more or less to decide if I have too much power, then I can use power moves. And we've had that situation many times. So a train will be passing in here, and it will add itself to the Waycross database. If a train comes out of here, it removes itself from the Waycross database. Now, I'm not sure. I would imagine, in reality, there's probably a car and engine database of everything, so that it has unique. Everything's a unique, anyways. There's no repeat numbers in this, so it can use it in that way as well. It could be part of the car database and basically changing the location to Waycross. It can work several ways. I haven't decided which way I want to do it yet. For now, I'm going to add it to like a Waycross database, and then once it gets out of the system, I want to delete it. Like, I don't want to have all these extra cars that go outside her system. So because I believe this is the last AEI, I'm not too sure. I think there's more AEIs out by Jessup, but it could be the last AEI out by I'm not too sure about the Fitzgerald. Let me just take a quick look at the Fitzgerald and see if there's another one. Actually, I'll look up here. Sometimes this will tell you I'm not going to worry about it. I think the maps actually have them, but well, that was Fitzgerald. Let me see if there's anything else. So we got to there. I imagine we're in that section, so in theory we need to be in the Fitzgerald section now. So let's see if there is one. I don't think there is, though. Which, if it deletes, I have no way of knowing. Now, hotbox detectors can work as AEI detectors as well. But I haven't seen an AEI. But I'm going to run some supply trains, possibly later this morning if I have time, if not tomorrow. I think I saw a red signal there. Maybe it was, I don't know why that red signal was there, but I haven't seen any AEIs. Well, that was a green, so I don't know why there was a red signal. I do not see anything that takes it out of the system, and the reason why is technically the Fitzgerald doesn't. I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone for now. So I'm looking at different trains that could be coming that way, so I want to keep an eye on. I'm going to keep deleting them until I have the system at least semi-operating. Let me check the chat for you guys. Morning, Blake. So, but yeah, that's going to be the whole gist of it, and I'll show you what these files look like, in case you were wondering. Let me put myself back into. Do I want to put myself here? Yeah, somewhere around here. This way. Okay. I don't think there's one over here. I doubt it. Would make sense. I think it's just basically to update Waycross. And then everything else is whatever it's called. So it has Waycross, right? But then it comes over here. You think, well, how does it get out of Waycross if it goes this way, right? So if you just keep looking over here, oops. Did I see one there? I know there is one, but I think it's back at the yard limits over here. There it is. HRS Technologies, that's funny. Okay, so so 589.7, for example. When you go into the system, see if I can remember where the hell it is. Well, that's easy enough. Okay. So, the detectors will throw off an AEI as well as the symbols. Or, sorry, the AEI detectors as well as the hotbox detectors. So I could use technically a hotbox detector if I wanted to get it out of the system, which is possible. I don't know if there is one over there, but I'll have to check. For now, I'm not worried about it. I'm only worried about Waycross. So I'm going to be monitoring two AEI systems. If one comes in and one comes out, basically I'm managing. I'm showing it as Waycross, but then I'm just removing it once it leaves Waycross area. So 589.7. Oh, I got smaller print on a big monitor here. 589.7. Well, I don't see it. What's the closest one? So 589 or 590, I guess it would be. I don't see it. Oh, AEIs. I'm looking at detectors, you idiot. There it is, right here. So, when you look at this, this is the last train that went through. Now, of course, you've got to parse all this. But we can tell by looking at this that, I don't know if it's going to show you the time of day. So, okay, here it is anyway. So, the last train to go through here was G122, grain train. That was running at 28 miles an hour. Total axles 432, 102 loads, 0 empties, total tons, and then the train length. So we got our local lead unit 1869. I hope it has direction, because if it doesn't, that's gonna direction forward. That's not the concern I have. The concern now I have is, does it enter our system, or do I have to click it as detectable and then but anyways, it shows you all these direction, reverse, forward, all this other stuff, which is nothing. So you got your locals. So here's a covered hopper, for example. Now these are all going forward. I'll have to try it on a few things and see what happens, because I haven't parsed this data yet. So it just reports it, that it's gone by the detector. Which is interesting, because now I have to, I don't know if the direction will change it, but it doesn't really show the direction of travel, which is okay. We can deal with that too. We basically, once it hits it, if it doesn't already exist, then it enters the system, and if once something else takes it out, then it goes out of the system. So that's okay. Which is why we have to add it to the database. So the same thing would happen as if the train was traveling. Say it was at I don't know where the latest one would be. What, Folkestone maybe. But wherever it was, and it hit this detector, it would change this identifier. It would use a key of either the lead unit or it would somehow probably, I don't know if it would use this per se. It would have to use a key identifier. So probably the best thing. I'm just trying to think of how I want to work it. So what if the cars change? I think I would definitely go as a train identifier. Now, of course, we have repeat trains, but that's okay because then we could use the lead unit number. Of course, if it's a local and it heads back the other way, you kind of want to have that information. So it's for Waycross purposes, it'll be fine. For whole system purposes, I'm not too sure. I'll have to monitor a few and see what happens. And I haven't done that yet. I haven't even gone so far as to parse this yet. But what I'm going to be doing is creating something today that at least parses the data and creates a report, so that when it goes through, I don't see a time on here. I wish there was a timestamp. I guess there is a timestamp because I could check the timestamp of the file. So that's the other thing too. So that train went through at 7:10 this morning. So what I can do is when I have that loop that goes through and checks the file timestamp, then I can see if it's changed. If it's changed, then I'm gonna read in all that data. But and hopefully I check it enough. I'm gonna do it for 1 minute, but I have to test that on various things, like if a train gets stuck in the AEI detector, if it stops or something and rolls a little bit, or there's a lot of things that could get screwed up in it, and I don't want that to happen. But I mean, in theory, it could happen. So I'll have to deal with that, or figure out a way to deal with it. But yeah, that's how we're gonna play it. And we'll just use the data and try to figure out what's happening. As far as I'm definitely gonna do a database of everything that's in Waycross, and then the other thing too is I'm gonna start capturing various train frequencies to find out what exactly is happening as far as the spawning systems. But that's later. I mean, the first purpose is just to get the AEI in here and get a database of everything that's in Waycross, and then from there, that database, I can find out, I can apply tracks to it, I can do all kinds of things. But anyways, I'm gonna stop yapping for now, and I'm gonna get to it. So, like I said, it was gonna be a quick one today. So that's all for now, guys. And I don't know when I'm going to be back streaming again. Got to get the server back up. The server is running right now, but it's not connectable because of the cable change. So I'm going to use this weekend to get a lot of work done, as much as I can during the mornings, and test a few things out, and take it from there. So next couple of days this weekend, I'm just basically going to keep Waycross clean as a whistle, and I'll put that out for now. And there's locals to be running all that other stuff. So anyways, that's it for now, guys. Have a good one. We'll talk to you later. See ya.